Thank you very much. To be very telegraphic about it, one, thanks for the invitation. Two, congratulations to Croatia for concluding successfully the negotiations. Now, we have described what has happened in East Central Europe 20 years ago and what is happening now in Northern Africa as tectonic shifts. I think you know that in geopolitical terms it's true, but beyond that, in terms of in political, economic, or cultural terms, you know, things are different. I would say that the Western model was much more relevant in our case in East Central Europe than it is for the Northern African countries. We did not have a major conflict like the Middle East conflict. The perspective of admission into NATO and the EU existed for us while, as it has mentioned by Mr. Amrani, for them it's not there. We had a number of leaders, you know, Havel, Valença, and others. This seems to be a leaderless revolution. Then the infrastructure to absorb support was existing, while here, you know, it's either very poor or even non-existent. And finally, we had a low risk of confiscation, while here there is a risk of confiscation. I would say that a second point is that these developments are a reminder to the United States that the attention could not be switched entirely to East Asia, that there are certain things which the United States would have to monitor continuously, and that the Middle East conflict grows in importance. For Europe, the reminder is that all the money we have spent, all the programs we have put in place in order to stabilize this neighborhood of ours were somehow, you know, denied by the explosion of the situation there rather than the stabilization which we hoped we would have. Now, when it comes to the impact, I think that for the EU, we need to look very seriously to the CSDP, Common Security and Defense Policy, because Libya was a first test which we failed. We did not have political will, and we did not have proper instruments, command and control. Then in the case of NATO, I think that the main lesson is what is NATO without the United States? And this is raising a question on the, shall we say, the function of main guarantor of our security. The conclusion is that the relationship between EU and Northern Africa or Southern Mediterranean is a long-term one. It will be built around the support for state building, and it should become more intimate and structural than it was. Thank you very much.